What's up guys, today I'm taking a look at the Tesoro Lobera Supreme, which sounds like something you can order at Taco Bell, but that's impossible because Taco Bell doesn't sell anything this good. This is a gaming mechanical RGB keyboard that comes in red, blue, black, or brown switches, but they're not Cherry MX, they are Kailh switches, which are a bit cheaper to manufacture, and that keeps costs down. As far as aesthetics go, the keyboard has a plastic body with a really thick bezel, especially around the sides, giving it a pretty large footprint. There's an LED strip on each side of the keyboard that lights up the same color as the rest of your keys, sometimes. For certain profile colors, the side lighting is a few shades off, and other times it's a different color entirely. But since you can't even see the side lighting from where you're typing, this is the kind of problem you know is there but can't physically see. It's like crapping your pants. On the bottom, there are 5 rubber pads and 4 fold-out feet of different sizes, so you can elevate the keyboard at 3 different angles. The longer pair of feet also have rubberized ends for extra grip. On the back, there's pass-throughs for 2 USB 2.0 ports and mic and headphone jacks, and if you want to use the USB ports for charging mobile devices, for example, there's a DC input for additional power, and they've included the appropriate cable. The main keyboard cable is braided and measures 1.8 meters long. That's what she said. Although, why would it be braided? There'd have to be like multiple heads. Like a Hydra. The board I have here has brown Kailh switches, which feel near identical to their Cherry MX counterpart. Both have a tactile bump, 2mm actuation point, 4mm total travel distance, and a 45-gram resistance. The Cherry MX Browns, however, do feel a bit springier than the Kailh switches on the way down and back up. The key layout is pretty standard, except there's 3 customizable macro buttons below the spacebar that you can press with your thumbs. They're kind of small and close together, so I wish there were some grooves or texture added to easily tell them apart by feel. Oh, never mind, I found a workaround. Specialty keys include the multimedia playback buttons, 5 different profile keys, your choice of 6 or N key rollover, brightness adjustment, LED breathing effect, and a couple pre-configured LED gaming profiles. All of these keys can be activated by holding down the function key while pressing the desired key. In the top right corner are some LED indicators and a couple buttons. The gaming mode button simply enables your 3 macro buttons while disabling the Windows key. When gaming mode is off, macros are disabled and the Windows key comes back to party. Now if you don't want to use the Tesoro software to program the 3 macro keys, you can use the record button instead. Press it once, select the button you wish to assign, then fire away your fancy-ass macro and press the record button again to stop and complete the process. The software is simple and easy to use, especially when compared to something like the K70 RGB, which is so complicated you'll figure out women first. Granted, you can't program any seizure-inducing LED patterns with this software, but simply having the ability to change your keyboard's LEDs to pretty much any color you want is good enough for most users. You can also record a macro or reassign the value of virtually any key on the board with the exception of the function key. The major design flaw of the software is the small unlabeled color selector button on the very edge of the window. If I hadn't already watched other videos on this keyboard, I would have gone insane trying to figure out how to change the LED color. It's like trying to find a needle in a large pile of dried grass. I know there's a better way to say that. Obviously this keyboard ain't perfect, but it's not a bad keyboard by any stretch either. It's got a wide color range, great pass-through port support, which is now my favorite thing to say, and it's got 3 dedicated macro keys, 15 if you include 3 for each of the 5 profiles. Sure, it can't rave to Darude Sandstorm like the K70 RGB, but it comes in at a much more attractive price point, and you'll be able to start using it immediately without having to read a 100-page user's manual. Let me know what you guys think about this keyboard in the comments below, and I'm curious to know what level of LED functionality do you look for in an RGB keyboard. Toss me a like if you enjoyed the video, guys. Feel free to bookmark my Amazon link and pick up a torso chassis while you're at it. You can also make a monthly contribution on Patreon to help the Awesome Sauce cause and keep me making dem videos. I'm Kailh with Awesome Sauce Network. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.